There was a time when his life was simple. Not perfect, not rich, not easy, but peaceful. He woke up every morning, did his work, talked to a few people, and slept at night without fear. Problems existed, but they stayed outside his mind. He faced them when they came, and when the day ended, his heart rested. Peace was not something he searched for. It was just there. Then slowly, without warning, overthinking entered his life. It did not come like a storm. It came quietly, like a whisper. At first, it felt harmless. He started thinking a little more before making decisions. He replayed conversations in his head. He asked himself questions like, "Did I say the right thing?" Or, "What if this goes wrong?" He believed he was becoming smarter, more careful, more prepared. But overthinking is a liar. It pretends to protect you while it slowly steals your peace. One night, he lay in bed staring at the ceiling. His body was tired, but his mind refused to sleep. Thoughts raced like fast trains with no brakes. Every small mistake from the past came back to visit him. Every possible problem from the future knocked on his mind at the same time. He turned from one side to the other, hoping sleep would come. It did not. Days passed, and nights became longer. At work, he was physically present, but mentally somewhere else. While others spoke, his mind created stories that did not exist. If someone stayed quiet, he assumed they were angry. If someone laughed, he assumed they were laughing at him. If someone did not reply to a message, his mind jumped to the worst conclusion. Overthinking made him tired without doing any physical work. His decisions became slower. Simple choices felt heavy. Even small tasks felt dangerous because his mind showed him 100 ways they could fail. He wanted everything to be perfect, but perfection never arrived. Fear replaced confidence. Doubt replaced clarity. People around him noticed the change. He smiled less. He listened less. He lived more inside his head than in the real world. When someone tried to help, he overthought their intentions. When someone advised him, he doubted their words. Slowly, he began to feel alone, even when surrounded by people. The worst part was that nothing terrible had actually happened. His life was not falling apart. His job was still there. His health was fine. His relationships were not broken. Yet inside, he felt like he was drowning. Overthinking had created a storm in a calm sea. One evening, he sat alone in his room, holding his phone, staring at the screen. There were messages he wanted to reply to, but fear stopped him. He thought too much about what to say, how to say it, and what reaction it would create. Minutes turned into hours. Finally, he put the phone down, exhausted. That night, something inside him broke. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. He realized he was no longer living his life. He was only thinking about it. He remembered a time when he acted without fear, when he trusted himself, when mistakes were lessons, not life sentences. He remembered sleeping peacefully without carrying the entire future on his shoulders. And for the first time, he asked himself an honest question. Is my thinking solving my problems, or creating them? The answer was painful but clear. Overthinking had stolen his peace, one thought at a time. The next day, he decided to do something different. Not something big, not something dramatic, just something simple. When a thought came, he did not fight it. He observed it. He asked, "Is this real right now, or just my fear talking?" If the problem was real, he took one small step to handle it. If it was imaginary, he let it pass. At first, it was uncomfortable. His mind resisted. Overthinking does not leave easily. It screams when ignored. It creates new fears when old ones lose power. But he stayed patient. He stopped replaying conversations. He stopped predicting disasters that had not happened. He focused on what was in front of him, not what might happen someday. Slowly, peace began to return. Not all at once, not perfectly, but gently. He started sleeping better. His breathing became calmer. His decisions became clearer. He laughed more. He listened more. Life felt lighter,
Even though the challenges were still there, he learned something powerful. Peace does not come from having no problems. Peace comes from not letting your mind turn problems into monsters. Overthinking taught him a lesson he would never forget. Thinking is useful, but overthinking is destructive. Planning is helpful, but worrying endlessly is harmful. Awareness brings growth, but fear brings paralysis. In the end, he understood this simple truth. Most of the pain we feel is not created by reality. It is created by our thoughts about reality. And when he finally learned to quiet his mind, he did not find a perfect life. He found something better: peace.